Alrighty, we in a very cold shop today. It's about time to build myself a wood burning stove. For now, I'm just gonna make it as a wood burning stove. I got the kit off of Amazon. I think that was like $75 or something like that. So we're gonna do it, and it's gonna sit kind of right here and shoot up out of the roof. Put a little fan behind it so it can blow the heat out into the shop. I do eventually want to use this. My plan was to just make it a oil burning stove right off, but it got cold quick. It's 20 degrees at night, which for Alabama that's cold. So ready to get it going. So for now it's just gonna be wood burning, and then later on we'll make it oil burning. I just put that one leg on there temporarily so I can get it to where it'll actually be sitting. So I can get this door. That's not what the stove will actually be. Not completely necessary as a step to do. I would like it to be halfway level. And mainly it was for, not mainly, but really, the reason I did it was for the damper so that I could get it level so the pipe starts off. At least starts off halfway level. Might not end up that way, but it's going to start off level. So we're just going to put 2 screws on here to just be able to hold it on there while I mark it. I got this drill bit a little bit smaller than this screw, so that it'll actually catch. Once I cut the hole, I'll start drilling slightly larger screws because I can put the nuts on. Looks like that worked pretty good there. Need something other than a marker for this. Got that down there slightly on that, so I'm beating up with a hammer. I cut this out with a plasma cutter. on this first so that I don't blow up and die. I would rather cut it with a plasma cutter than a angle grinder. Faster, easier. That's marked. Well, it's halfway centered, so I'm happy. Let's set this on here. Get it leveled up. There's no reason to screw that back on. I don't know, I could cut this out with a jigsaw maybe. Avoid stretching the cord out and ear hose for the plasma cutter. So, we've got hole marked for the damper, the hole marked for the door. I've got 1 foot halfway on. Once I get that cut out, I'll finish putting that foot on. And once that's cut out, I can reach my arm down in there and put the nuts. There's nuts for the other side onto those feet. Let's see. Inhalation of MDI mist or vapors may cause respiratory irritation, breathlessness, chest discomfort, and reduce pulmonary function. Overexposure well above the PEL may result in bronchitis, bronchial spasms, and pulmonary edema. Perfect. That's what we want. So if you're wanting to never have to worry about being cold again, get you one of these barrels, compound A, isocyanate, and you'll be good to go. You just breathe that in long enough, you won't ever have to worry about building another one of these or getting shop heat. All right, jokes aside, let's cut those holes out. All right, I Googled it. Supposedly isocyanate is pretty flammable and actually not that safe. So a little bit of preventative measure before I start cutting with the plasma cutter. I'm gonna spray a little bit of brake cleaner in there and light it on fire with a torch. So if there is anything left over, it'll go ahead and explode. Halfway controlled, so. All right, everything else is on fire too, but it hadn't exploded yet. I'd say it's safe. So I got my dollar store. Oh, something did something. Got my dollar store plasma cutter here. We're gonna see if I can't ground off to something and cut a hole in this. I've got a mask I guess I'm gonna wear just in case. I guess it never hurts to be safe. Let's turn you on. Don't know what that means. All right, let's see if we can't blow something up. Perfect. All right, that's cut out. Let's see how that door fits on there. It's not perfect. I'm gonna touch it up a little bit. There we go. All right. I'm keeping my mask on, but that's pretty good there. That'll work. All right, I'm glad I used the plasma cutter. That's so much easier. I'm gonna get this thing all put together and then start a fire in it outside and let all that paint and isocyanate, whatever that is, burn out, because I do have a slight headache already, just from whatever little bit I might have breathed in there. So we're gonna get the legs put on this, get the door bolted on, and then go from there. So far, this thing has been incredibly easy to build. Oh, that's what this is for. This little spring, I guess, goes on here somewhere. I don't know. That way you can do that, maybe. No telling. I think it goes on there, though. Probably would help to read directions, but I don't know what to do with that. So go ahead. I'm gonna get those two started, and that should go ahead and tighten those down. Really, probably wouldn't hurt to still be wearing a mask because I can still smell this crap. Those are tight. You can drill the other, however many there are. I've been putting this stove off or heater, whatever you want to call it, for weeks because I was dreading doing it. But after doing this, I don't know. This is the easiest stove I think you could build. It's been no problem. I've probably been working on this thing for maybe 30 minutes. I don't know, maybe closer to an hour, but not nearly as long as I thought it was going to take. It will take a while to set up the oil burning stuff when I finally decide to do that, or when I decide to do that. I'm going to have to do something with that to block it off and then put the chimney on and shoot. Thing will be done. I mean, I want to put a flat in the bottom and put that flat on the top, but I can do that little by little as I feel like it. That's basically it. So, let's see where that spring goes. I don't know what that thing is for. Let's see. Doesn't say. I guess that would be what it's for. I think it goes on the other way though. Yeah, I think that's all that's for. Need to bend that back down a little. Just so you can open it without burning yourself, but that's it. Damper, get the feet on. That's ready to start a fire in other than that. So if you don't have a random hole in your barrel, if you have the right tools, which I saved a little time with the plasma cutter, but I don't know, less than an hour I would say. That's trying to bother me for the rest of my life, not being centered because I didn't rotate the barrel enough, but oh well, that's fine. She's done, so we're gonna go ahead and set it outside and start a little fire in it. All right, we got a little bit of wood in there to get it started, and I just got some pine. I know pine's not good to burn in it once it's got the chimney on it because it'll get a bunch of soot in the chimney and clog it up and whatnot, but for now I just want to get it real hot, and pine burns hot, so I'm gonna start it with that and get it all the paint burnt off of it, and then later on we'll burn some good hardwood in it. But we'll get her. How you open that? Oh, huh. I made a mistake. Need to cut out for the air intake there. Huh. That sucks. I think what I'll end up doing is just taking an angle grinder and cutting that out so I don't have to take anything apart. For now, I'll just leave the door cracked or something. But I'm gonna let this fire get going, get real hot, get all that paint burnt off, and the isocyanate. All right, this is a few days later now. I've burnt a few fires in it, so I've gotten most of that chemical out of there, and most of the paint's burnt off the barrel. A little bit in the front here isn't burnt because it hadn't got that hot up towards there, but the rest of it's burnt off pretty good. Now now that all that chemical's out of there, I feel confident enough welding it. I'm gonna drill out 2 more holes here and drill out that one big enough to cut my pipe here and run it all the way through, so when I put a fan, it can blow and catch some extra heat. So we're gonna get our pipe cut. We're gonna cut some holes and start welding it in there. And after it's welded in, I'm gonna set the thing up in the shop so I can actually get some heat out of it. So let's get that welding done. Even or nothing like that, because that one's off center to begin with, so I don't really care. Air's gonna flow through them either way. So let's get TIG welding set up and start welding. Alright, y'all don't judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree here. I am by no means a welder, but we're gonna figure it out. Just as soon as I hook the ground pull. That one welded all right because it's got that flange or whatever you want to call it around it. So that one's on there. These are going to be a little bit different of a story because the metal's so thin, but I just had to turn the welder down or be a little easy with the foot pedal. But that one turned out good, so we're going to get the other ones on and we'll be back. All right, got the tubes all welded in. I'm actually decently happy with how they came out. Like I said, I am not a welder. This is very thin stuff that wanted to burn through right there. But you can see they go all the way through, and I'm gonna set a box fan back here. One, it'll blow through the tubes, and then two, it'll blow kind of around the stove and blow it out into the shop. And those are gonna get extremely hot because they're right above where the exhaust is over there and right above where the fire will be. Another step I'm going to take, I wouldn't do this if it was just an oil burner. I do plan to make it into an oil burner eventually, but for now it's going to be burning wood and I don't want to rot out the bottom of my barrel. So I've got a piece of, it's not all that thick, but it's thicker than a barrel. I got that cut so it'll fit in the bottom. It's best with just big enough to fit through that door. And then I'm going to put some sand in the bottom just because I had this sand here. And I don't want all the ashes to just get around the gaps that this may have. So I'm going to put the sand in there and then I'm going to drop that plate in there. So, and then after that, it's just going to be putting that stove pipe on and we'll actually be able to warm the shop up a little bit. So we'll be back once we get this plate in and then we'll film putting that pipe in. So let's get to it. All right, a couple things here. I know that it's galvanized. I know I'm not supposed to use that. I'm using it anyways. It's got 2, 4, 6, 7 feet before it gets to it. And on the fires that I burnt already, I had this piece at the very bottom and it would only burn that one piece. So I don't think that high it's gonna get up to 350 something degrees that it requires to burn off galvanized coating. So it's a little crooked. We're gonna get up there, straighten it up. I'm gonna go up on the roof and cut a hole in the roof and drop the other pipe down from the roof. So we'll see you on the roof. All right, we're up here on the roof now. Couldn't find my jigsaw, so I had to stretch a cord up here and bring the little plasma cutter. But I'm hoping this thing will cut 10. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't, but I've got my roof flange for that. It's not a high temp, but it's, 20 foot up, so it shouldn't be all that hot. And if it is, then I'll have time to order a high temp one. The only thing I don't like about this thing is it's covering the whole valley here. So I guess I'm just gonna lather it up with some Lexel. That's really good stuff. And then I'm gonna make a ramp here at the top side so that if water comes and tries to sit, it'll jump on over it. But let's try to cut this and then get going from there. Yeah, it's cutting. we are through. I don't see anything on fire down there. So now we'll connect our other pipe and push her on down in there. And then we'll drag our rubber boot over top of it. And I got some stitching screws to put that boot onto the roof. Let's see if I can get this pipe on. There it goes. Alright. Now, just need to hopefully get it in that one. Well, I got it, but we're a little short. So I have a 1 foot section left. So let me go grab that little 1 foot section and I will be right back. All right. Finally, we're in there. So let's cut this. All right. Make sure she fits. Yep. Good fit, good tight fit. Now, mark and put my sealant down. Now I don't have my caulk gun, so I'm gonna have to improvise here. I've got my double gun here for epoxy, so that's gonna have to work. If I can puncture this. There it goes. Just a good wide nozzle. Let's see what we can rig up right here. There we go, baby. No. Not there we go. Let's see. There. I'm gonna go real heavy with this trap. I don't want no leaks. let that drip off the building, and here we go. This stuff's gonna smear out everywhere, but I'll clean it up with my hand. And put these stitching screws in here. If you had never seen a stitching screw, it's just, that one's rusted for some reason, but it's just a lot fatter and it's skinny. Just to stitch two pieces together. Alright, she is screwed on there. One thing, this thing's kind of sitting just in that valley, just right to mess us up. I'm gonna put me a little bead on top of that. And it should be all the Alexa we need. I can't get that undone. Now's the messy part. Alright. Don't call that good. Throw this on there. Maybe. I was gonna put some screws in it, but I don't know if that's necessary now. Yeah, that doesn't need screws. Alright, we're done. Let's go light a fire. Alright, here we are. Got a good little fire going in there. It's been going for maybe an hour. We're looking at four. Ooh. Back here where the fire actually is, we're sitting about 500 degrees on the barrel. 375 on the bottom of the flue there. Let's see. About 100 degrees up there, so it's not going to read any higher than that, but that's great. That's really good temperatures there. Inside my little heat exchanger, let's see the back, 580. Inside the heat exchangers that I welded in there. Whew. Down in the back there, it's over 1,000 degrees. In the right where the fire actually is. When it goes to high, it's over 1,000. So once I get a fan back here, it's real warm back here. Once I get a fan blowing on it, I think that's gonna do a real good job heating the shop up. So there you have it. Got her done, and hopefully get some heat in this shop now. So thank y'all for following along and watching the process. I do plan to convert this to used motor oil at one point, so y'all follow along and I look forward to that video. And thanks for watching.